Hi everyone, we're just going to give everyone a couple minutes to get in. So if you can just type in the chat box if you can hear us okay. So just remember as we go through, you can type any questions that you have inside of the chat box there, the question box, and we'll take some time at the end to answer them as we go through with showing you how to record booth sales. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here and just talk about how you're going to record sales for cookie booths. So we'll just go ahead and go to the booth site tab. And so what you'll see is this one that says council sales. When you click on it, you can do record sales. And this will list your cookie booths. So when you completed a cookie booth, then you can click on the store. And so then it's going to ask you to enter in the packages of cookies. So if you booth and you ended up selling 11 packages of lemon ups.
Looks like your screen is frozen.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I'm not sharing. Let's go back real quick. Let me unfreeze. I did not have it unfrozen. Let's go back and see. Can you see it now? Do you see me going to the booth sites?
Yeah, now
Okay.
I see it. But it doesn't look like it's a full screen.
Okay, 1 second then. Let's go over here. Monitor.
It might be there. You can do it.
Is it still
Yeah,
not?
that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to booth sites tab. So then you'll see council sales. So then you'll click down on it. It says record sales. So when you do, you'll then see the booths that you have signed up for in eBudde. So we're going to click on the name of the store and the date. And so now this is where you're going to input the amount of cookies that you sold. So if we did 11 lemon ups and then we did 7 trefoils and 16 do-si-dos and 28 Samoas, 17 tags, 33 thin mints, 5 s'mores, 2 toffees there from it. If you had any gift of caring or your hometown heroes, you can list those in there also from it. And then you see your girls that you have in the troop. So if all the girls came, then you would just leave them all checked. But if somebody didn't come, so if Michaela didn't come, it was only Emma and Malik, then we can go ahead and click distribute. And that's going to distribute out the cookies to the girls there from it. Just be aware if you have an odd number, it will give one girl one more than the other one there from it, because it just tries to spread them out as even as possible. Then you're going to click the orange button that says submit sale. And so that's going to record those transactions. So now if we go ahead and look under girl orders and we click on Emma, you'll see that it automatically populates the booth here for her with the number of cookies. So 60 boxes of cookies is what she got out of the sale. It shows it was $304 and it puts the payment in there automatically for her. So that's how easy it is if you already have the store selected. If you're doing a booth on your own, a location that you have from your service unit that's not secured and into eBudde there from it, then it's going to be an add transaction. So we'll go ahead and click add transaction. This is where you want to put the name of the location, the booth there from it. So if we went over to, we'll say it was Dee's shop. She had let us do a troop cookie booth there from it, and that was going to be, we did it, we'll say it was this weekend, the 15th from it. You can check the box that it was a booth, and then we could say how many cookies we're going to divide up between the girls. So if it ended up being that each girl got 2 of Lemon Ups and 4 trefoils added and 6 of the Do-si-dos and 10 of the Samoas, you would just put in the number of cookies that you're assigning to each girl. Okay, if you had the hometown heroes, you could go ahead and add those in there. What happens is that it's just going to keep count of those hometown heroes. It's just going to be using one of the cookie varieties of the $5 cookies from it when it gets in there. But what you want to make sure that you do now is that you're going to have to put the amount of money as the payment. So $206 is what it's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in the $206 that we would have received for our booth there from it as that payment. So, and then you would just remember to do save from it. So that's how easy it is when you are doing the booths from it. So I'll go through again to show you how to do the council booths. Remember, it's under booth sites, and then the drop down record sales, and then just click on that store, and then you would enter in the number of cookies that you sold that day at the booth. Okay, and if we had a hometown hero, go ahead and put them in. Okay, so what's going to happen now is it's going to go ahead and distribute them, and then you go ahead and submit that sale from it. So it goes ahead and evenly distributes out as best it can to the girls there from it, and just make sure that you always submit at the end after you distribute so it records. So again, if we go ahead and take a look at the girl orders, we can click on a girl and you'll see how it records them with their total due and paid the exact amount there from it. So just one thing about your hometown heroes cookies that I'll just talk about, because you may have some girls getting those sold at the cookie booths from it, is what you'll see is you're going to see that there is, right now we have a total of 4 in here from it. You're going to just have those cookies from your inventory down here. You're not actually assigning a certain variety up to the girl. They're going to be from your leftover inventory. Sorry, moved on me. There. So it will just be from your leftover inventory out of your 559 packages that you have here is where those hometown heroes are. So it doesn't pick a specific cookie out. You'll just use those cookies that you have at the end for those. There are some things that we do want to remind you about rules and things like that. Just remember we do have that booth etiquette video. So under the Help Center, remember, you'll be able to see from the council some of the different things. So remember that we do have our video resources there. So remember, we do have the cookie booth etiquette. We also are putting in there the maps for the locations of the malls. Of course, my screen doesn't want to let me go down there. Let me just see real quick. Sorry. If I can get it to come over. No. It's not being nice to me. I can see it right at the bottom of my thing here, my store guides. Okay, so just remember we do have some policies that we just want to make sure that everyone's aware of from it. Some of the major things is that, of course, we always have no donation jars out at cookie booths. Just remembering to stay at the cookie booth. A lot of our stores and mall locations, the girls need to be right at the cookie booth. They can't be walking around the mall there from it. We also want to make sure that they're not hawking or yelling to the customers there from it, and making sure that they're set up specific location from the store management. So some of those notes that you might have in there for those booth locations is seeing the manager, and that's if the manager says we need to be at a certain spot, that's the spot that they have assigned to us to use. Some stores are more strict in that from it. Also, if you are in certain cities, you may need to, like Kansas City or where Dolphin Plaza is, the Publix there, or Treasure Island, we do have the permit letters there that you just want to print off. And Winn-Dixie, Harvey's, Fresco, and Moss, you want to make sure that you do print off those. I'll just open it up just so that you can see that it's a PDF. And it's just so that if there's an issue or something from it, that you do have the email here showing the stores, because there are some stores that declined us or have limited days or things like that. So just make sure that you do print it out with you in case there's an issue with the store management. When you go to check in, you can show that, yes, it was approved through the corporate office there for those. So do we have any questions?
Yes, we have one. For the Tampa outlets, it didn't say where we go or who to see. I'm guessing from these rules, we can't put up our whole booth.
The Tampa premium outlets, that one I will get on I'm still loading some of the malls and things like that from it, but it depends on how it is. I'm not sure when we say the whole booth.
Can't put up our whole booth, their whole booth.
It may, no, not if they provide the table there. So some of the mall locations, things like that, we have a kiosk or a table that they allow us. So yes, you would not be able to have extra items there from the table. If you're like saying like a structure for a booth, like a big like kind of tent or.
So confirming the bling your booth stuff.
Right, if it's something more than just signage from it. Okay, so if it is something physical, you know, because I know some people have arches and big decorations, that would not be allowed from it, because the malls do have strict setup rules of what is able to be there, because they have designated rules of what.
So to clarify, so we don't bring a table or anything for that location. They will provide. We are there this Saturday.
Let me look at Tampa Premium Outlet. I don't think I loaded that one up in the Help Center yet, because I think I just needed to confirm the exact spot. No, I have West Shore and the Shops of Wiregrass and Tyrone right now. So some of them I just may have to make sure that the location on the map from it. So you'll see that by the end of today or tomorrow. I'll have the rest of the maps up for everybody else.
And also where to go and who to see?
Yes, because some locations you'll check in with the mall security. Other locations you'll just go right to, or you'll check in with guest services depending on what it is. Some of them you'll just go right to the table.
Okay, you're welcome, Denise. Okay, so this is a question from Angela. I received some boxes that were damaged from the warehouse. What is the protocol for this?
So under the eBudde Help Center, we have the damaged cupboards from it. So what's going to happen, our damaged cupboards don't open until the 17th there from it, because we do have to have the volunteers who are nice enough to allow us to help us with being a damaged cupboard. They are getting their supply of boxes there from it. So if you have full cases of damaged or missing out of a full case, then you want to return those back to the warehouse there. But for the individual boxes, you'll just want to go to the damaged cupboard that you see there that looks maybe closer to you. We've got the cities of where people are, and contact them so that you can set up an appointment time to meet with them to exchange out the damage box there from it. So if you have a damaged box of Thin Mints, then you'll get the same exact flavor from them. Okay?
Okay, no questions at this time.
Well, I will just go and show one more time to troops. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Oh, that's not a good one. There it goes. So this doesn't have any blue sides.
So we're going to show again what to do, but if you feel everything's good, you could log off if you want. If you have any other questions, definitely type it in and let us know. And then Jessica is going to run over everything again just to clarify. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. And go ahead, Jess.
Okay, so remember, just under the boost, just do the record sales, and that's where it's going to pop up your stores. Click on your store. And again, you just put in the number of cookies that your troops sold there from it. Okay, and so then you would just unclick any girls that were not at the cookie booth, distribute them, and then submit that sale. Okay, so we'll hang on here for another minute or so just to see if there's any other questions.
Denise also asks, are there instructions written out for this?
I'm sorry?
Are there instructions written out for this?
Oh, yes, I'll have that on the website also.
Okay. Oh, okay, Denise. She actually wrote it down since you went over it again.
Okay.
So if you guys don't have any other questions, you're free to log off if you like. And he will stay on for another couple minutes if you have any other questions. Oh, Denise, okay. Oh, thank you, Denise. You're the best too.
And yep, and just remember under that video resource, we do have that booth etiquette. If you haven't watched that there, that's a great thing to watch about how a cookie booth is handled, how to run a cookie booth.
Yes, Denise, every day we're always adding cookie booths. We're actually going to be adding a Publix today. So every day, please continue looking at the cookie booths. Every day we're constantly getting confirmation from stores. So yes. Okay, just an FYI, the left side of that screen in the system doesn't scroll all the way down, so there are things I can't access on the left. Not sure if it's just
yeah. I'll have to see. Okay, I'll take a look at that from it. So, because I know sometimes it's with the screen. Laptop, see, I'm on the desktop, I have full view of it. So I know on the laptop I see that it does restrict the view. to. Okay. Don't think there's any more questions.
Okay, we're gonna stay on for another minute. If you're good, you can log off. And have a great, great first weekend of Cookie Booths. Sell those cookies.